If there was an all-out war between humans and Neanderthals, who would win? Humans or Neanderthals? Let's find out. The Neanderthal was an archaic human species that lived in Eurasia from about 400,000 to 45,000 years ago. They were shorter, stockier, and stronger than modern humans, with a large skull and prominent brow ridge. They had a big nose and were well adapted to cold climates. They went extinct around 40,000 years ago, possibly due to climate change and competition for resources with humans. Now please pause the video and like it, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Now we can go on. Now let's compare them side by side. First off, size and strength. The Neanderthals were shorter but stockier than modern humans, making them stronger and more muscular. Their average height was around 168 centimeters, 5 feet 6 inches, and they weighed around 130 pounds, 60 kilograms. Modern humans are taller on average at 175 centimeters, 5 feet 9 inches, and weigh around 70 kilograms, 150 pounds. However, this doesn't necessarily mean that Neanderthals were stronger than humans. It depends on how you measure strength. If we're talking about raw natural strength, then yes, Neanderthals likely had the upper hand. This is because their bodies were more muscular, and they had a larger skeletal frame. However, if we're talking about things like endurance and stamina, then humans likely had the upper hand here. Humans are capable of running for long periods of time without getting exhausted, which is why we're able to cover long distances on foot or bike. Neanderthals likely weren't as good at this. Overall, when it comes to strength, I would say that it's a draw. Weapons and tools. Neanderthals likely had the advantage here. They were known to use spears and other sharp objects made from stone, bone, or wood. They also used these weapons to hunt animals and defend themselves against predators. Meanwhile, early humans were still developing more advanced tools during this time period, so their weapons weren't as sophisticated as the Neanderthals. Now let's talk about intelligence and communication. Both humans and Neanderthals had large brains, but the average Neanderthal brain was actually larger than the average human brain today. However, studies have shown that humans have more developed prefrontal cortexes, which is the part of the brain responsible for things like decision-making and abstract thinking. In terms of communication, humans likely had the upper hand. We developed language much earlier than Neanderthals, and this gave us the ability to communicate more effectively and coordinate our activities. Now let's see what happens if we mix them together. If we combine the strengths of both humans and Neanderthals, we get a superhuman. This superhuman would be tall and muscular like a human, but with the endurance and stamina of a Neanderthal. They would also be intelligent enough to develop advanced tools and weapons, yet have the brain power of a Neanderthal. They would also be able to communicate effectively, which would give them the ability to coordinate their activities and plan ahead. If humans and Neanderthals had the chance to work together, they could accomplish great things. They would be unstoppable. So now we know that if humans and Neanderthals were to team up, they would be unstoppable. But in reality, only humans survived. But why? There are several theories out there about why Neanderthals went extinct, but I think it has to do with their lifestyle. Neanderthals were hunter-gatherers, which means that they relied on the environment to provide them with food. When the climate started to change and there were fewer resources available, they weren't able to adapt quickly enough and ultimately died out. Humans, on the other hand, were more adaptable and were able to survive. Do they fight each other? Yes, they fought each other. There is evidence that suggests that Neanderthals and humans fought over resources, territory, and maybe even mates. We don't really know, but what we do know is that they were fighting each other. Do we have Neanderthals genes? Because of their close proximity to humans, interbreeding between the two species did occur. And as a result, many people today have Neanderthal DNA in their blood. In fact, most people outside of Africa have between 1 and 4% of their DNA from Neanderthals. So who would win in an all-out war? Honestly, I think it would depend on the individual. If we're talking about a group of humans versus a group of Neanderthals, I think that the humans would likely win. This is because humans are more adaptable and we're able to work together more effectively. However, if we're talking about one human versus one Neanderthal, I think that the Neanderthal would likely win. This is because they were stronger and more muscular than humans. Plus, they likely had access to better weapons and tools. What do you think? Who would win in an all-out war between humans and Neanderthals? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to check back for more videos. Thanks for watching.